Teardrops, they fall down like rain. I put on that old song that we danced to, and then I head back to the track. There's not much to change.
I've been hurt and fucked up too many years ago. Hoping I could come up quick along the broken road. I hustled and found a plug from me extra. Show me love.
To another episode of Everybody Show. I'm Jesus Christ. Everything's nice. Yeah, I changed my podcast name to Jesus Christ. That's also my handle on IG and on Twitter. If you are into useless trivia and toxic topics, I'm the page for you. But today is a very special episode. Very, 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 very special episode. Hold on, I gotta get my effects together. Y'all gotta bear with me. I have a few people on the pod today. Pretty much a fixture here on the show. I got Damo the Great. I also have Big Snow.
Yeah.
A new face on the show. Shout out Big Snow. Very special guest. She bought into the vision and is now going to be a part. We're going to get into that later. But we got No Heart London here, ladies and gentlemen. No Heart London is in the building. How y'all doing today? How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. This is the most people I've ever had on my podcast at one time, so I'm extremely excited. We also got off mic. We got I forget what the fuck he told me to call him. I forget what the fuck he told me to call him. Damn. He gonna have to remind me when he get back. Well, how y'all doing, ladies?
Pretty good. I'm alright. And highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored. You got that tatted on you somewhere, don't you?
I do. What? Highly favored. Amen. And all the time.
You know, God only look out for fools and babies.
And I fall somewhere in between. My grandma told me that a long time ago.
Yeah,
I'm a baby.
Baby fool.
That's all right, as long as you keep looking out for me, I don't care.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it because we got a lot to cover today. We're gonna start off talking about the Joe Budden podcast. I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with the Joe Budden podcast. I know Damo the Great is because I kind of force feed that on her.
True.
So,
but I like it though. I mean, it took a minute, but I like it. I like it.
Because I don't watch it. I don't care for Joe Budden.
I like Joe Budden.
He came for the Migos and I ain't like that.
First of
That
all,
shit
Joe
was
Budden been
so
around
long
before
ago.
the Migos.
That was so long
One
ago.
song that's in,
No, he don't. He got many
okay,
songs.
no, the song that made him. Don't nobody.
We talking Pump It Up?
Yeah. Who listen to Joe? You listen to Joe Budden?
I don't even
Joe
know.
Budden is before her, so
Joe Budden
right,
is.
she was a baby. I'm
A
saying,
baby?
like,
Hold
no,
on.
you had a baby. But
I was like, she was like, she my age.
y'all like the same age. But I'm
So,
saying though, he was really
weird.
popping like
Pump It Up.
when we was out before Pump It Up. He was in a lot of songs. He did a lot of stuff. Huh?
I've never heard of them.
Girl,
Outside of
Can
From
you go
another
upstairs and grab
podcast.
a microphone for me? It's on the,
I
on the
like-
desk upstairs.
just for me, Joe Budden's. I mean, music wise is cool, but I mean, I don't know. I think I kind of like assholes a little bit. So I kind of like, I kind of feel his vibe, but he is toxic. But the show is good. It's good.
He is not toxic.
Yes, that nigga is definitely toxic as hell.
I don't believe in that.
Now he's getting older. He's trying to grow out. That nigga's toxic. I know, because you're toxic, so you kind of understand.
I don't think I'm toxic either. I don't appreciate you saying that while we live on my platform.
I'm sorry. I apologize, but facts are facts.
You always want to say something that's factual. So I'm gonna play this real quick excerpt so y'all can y'all can know what's going on.
Rory, you are in breach of your contract.
My bad, I'm sorry.
You are fired, and you're not welcome back. You're not. From this, he feels like he has choices and options. He feels like he's entitled to more. Rory, you are in breach of your contract, and from this point forward, you are fired, and you're not welcome back. Does anybody in here have a problem that I'm the person that has to say that?
All right, so Rory and Mal is the co-host of the Joe Budden podcast, and they have had discrepancies with their contract, I guess you could say, for over 2 years now. And there's been discrepancy to the point where they pretty much stopped coming to work. Now, to give y'all a little background about these dudes, they only work 2 days out of the week, and they get paid $80,000 a year. If you was getting paid $80,000 a year to work 2 days out of the week, would you have a problem?
Hell no, I ain't to talk shit.
I mean, it depends on, am I working still when I'm not physically at work? Because a lot of times, I mean, especially in the podcast industry, you always working. You always branding yourself.
Oh, well, no. Well, they don't do that. They don't do that.
In terms of that, like, Rory is
They don't do any of that.
He's like mostly like a party promoter. Maul, his brother, was part of, what was it,
Rockefeller, yeah.
So he's known, he's considered like, I guess, a hip hop socialite, but he's not branding or
Well, I mean, shit.
or moving the podcast.
Whoever gave them that, so evidently everyone had to agree to that. Because first of all, you might get 80,000 when you work 2 days.
Right.
You might get 40,000. You got to figure out what you're gonna do for the rest of your time. But when y'all got into this, y'all was buddy. It was everybody
was cool. They was friends,
right? But everything comes
Were they
to
really, though?
Or get tested to see, how this shit's supposed to go.
Right.
And evidently, from what I could see, it didn't go the way they went. And it's like, what you want to
they got paid. Well, essentially, what they were saying was
they drinking it. Well, she can't drink.
they were saying I
Drinking
don't care. Apparently they got
your sister wine.
It's all right. But anyways, apparently they were getting paid more, and they started saying, apparently it was a couple conversations after that, or in that podcast, where he was saying, like, stuff was coming around, money stuff was coming around, things was coming up, and shit was moving.
So it's pretty
they
much
started
like
having
this.
Questioning, like, okay, I'm getting this, but what you make?
It's pretty much like this.
That's
Let's
the problem. It's always
let's say-
a temptation
listen.
situation. Everybody want to know.
Let's say-
let me be me and you do you.
Exactly.
Let's say I give you a
Everybody should
pack,
be-
and
everybody
this
about
ain't necessarily got. Let's say I give you 1,000 t-shirts, right? And these 1,000 t-shirts I give you are guaranteed to sell at $10 a piece, right? So that's $1,000, right? Mm-hmm. So I tell you, bring me back 4, and you take the 6, right? So now, after you did whatever you did with your 6, you now wondering what I'm doing with my 4.
That's the problem.
Don't
worry
and,
about my
And
pocket.
that's the gist of these guys' qualms right now.
That's the problem. Just because you spent yours, don't listen.
Right.
You better
But that's
go
the
figure
thing too.
something out.
This is the thing too. Joe Budden is invested in, of course, the Joe Budden podcast. They have said multiple times prior to this situation, this is just some shit to do. I don't really give a fuck
Okay,
about
so
it.
what's the problem?
So they just said,
What's
fuck
the
it, we're not
problem?
gonna show up to work.
What's the problem?
Well, I guess he figured, he was assuming they was gonna have the same dedication to his podcast that he did. They don't.
That's just okay. That's just like okay. Say you.
But
tell
you
me,
getting
hold on,
put-
wait. That's just like y'all tell me like everybody say each other's dreams.
Mm.
I only can believe in your dream as much as you believe in it. It's your dream. I wasn't in your dream when you told me your dream. You
But
never
this
said
dream-
no. You never said in your dream, "Oh, we was together." And this,
No, but I'm saying
no,
he's saying that.
No, I brought you along with my. He had a point. He had a task.
Right.
He wanted two people, like you said, the person from Rockefeller was the social person.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted these two so it could be more people to listen.
Mm-hmm.
He had his own following, but he needed more. And I'm pretty sure these people white, right?
No, one on white, the other one black.
Okay, so the white person get the white crowd, and the other person probably pulling out, whatever connections he got. But they was never originally a part of his Joe Budden plan because it wouldn't be the Joe Budden. It wouldn't have been that. That wouldn't have been the name. It would have been something with their name in it if they was a part of it originally. So you can't be mad if they want to either venture off because clearly they didn't made a lot of money doing fucking
But
nothing.
they not trying to venture off. They're trying to sabotage.
They were saying basically, we want more money. You getting this and you getting these promotions, you getting out here, so now I want more. But the thing that
Okay,
I,
but okay.
right, but the thing
But
that
that's
I,
just like, okay, say you hit the lottery.
right,
You tell your cousin or auntie, what they gonna automatically say?
where mine at? Can I get some?
Because they see you got more money. But before you hit the lottery, was they gonna come and ask you
No,
for it?
kiss my ass. But I
So
feel
it's the same. So it's just like
Yeah.
he
I
on a
don't think
higher
it's-
platform than them, so they might want more.
right, and I don't think that that's necessarily the thing. What I think is he felt like they was. I think he felt like them was really his homies. You feel what I'm saying? Because one of them, the Rory guy, is like I guess sort of like an industry friend, and the Maul nigga they kind of came up through slumps, through being fucked up or whatever, and came up together. So Maul was like, fuck it, fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm about
I
to
told
go over
him
here
this
on
3
Rory and like,
years
oh,
ago,
I don't
Maul
feel like
was
I
a
was
dick
getting the
sucker.
respect. I don't care what it is. If I don't get this amount of respect, it is, it is what it is. Respect is to be earned. But if that's your homie, this is what I'm
Come
saying.
on,
if you my
man.
homie,
Come on
and
with
we
that
saying,
respect shit.
if
Respect
you
is
my
a
homie,
two-way
like
street.
even if you my friend or whatever, and I'm saying, hey, I got this idea. Let's get in on it, and you say, hey, I'm interested
No.
and I want to.
What are y'all doing? Back downstairs.
Why? Why Riley?
My candy.
No,
Take her
downstairs.
Let me tell you again.
Riley and
Go
what?
downstairs.
She the man.
Well, I don't know what happened on there. I just
I
feel
just
like, I don't
think-
care for Joe Budden. So I
Well,
just feel like
yeah.
whatever
I mean, I
going
like
on.
Joe Budden. I don't like Maul because I feel like Maul is one of you know how some niggas is just kind of like I'm gonna go along and get along. They don't really have a stand,
You can't.
an opinion. You just
can't
go along with
trust
whatever
a
is
man
fucking said.
that
Well, you
don't
got a
believe
point,
in
but
something.
you got a point too. No, motherfucker, stand your ground. If this is what you believe, stick to it. Don't do that backpedaling shit. You either is or you ain't. He's not definitive. He's really indecisive.
You can't believe.
That nigga I don't like. Now the other nigga I don't really know what that issue really is. I think there's more than what they really saying.
All right, I want y'all to listen to
But
this.
either way,
This is
either way that
this
they
is
went.
what Charlemagne said 3 years ago.
In response to this,
No, this is before this even happened. This is 3 years ago. This
I'm
is
saying in
before,
response to that kind of situation.
before the situation happened. He
You gotta
kinda-
listen to what I'm saying.
Basically.
You know.
I
brought up some tweets,
Yes,
some things I said on the podcast. Apparently, I am salty at DJ
Niggas
Academics.
got a little hate towards academics. You might be right, Rory.
Why?
Because I think he knows he's going to take your spot eventually. Joe's got to do his best for his brand.
Wait,
He's
you
already
think-
Joe's got to do
Let
his
me-
best for his brand. And I'm going to
let me
tell you,
do a
I don't
real
listen.
quick.
Oh my
God.
This is just my assessment, right?
I love this.
I don't know how close you and Joe are. And to me, it seems like Joe and I have been knowing each other for a long time. I feel like Joe is loyal to his friends.
Okay,
The guys
no,
he meets
no,
through the industry, y'all kind of disposable.
Joe,
I
the industry
don't
friends?
know. I'm just, that's how I
I'm
see it.
just in awe of this guy's good.
Am I wrong?
He is.
Nigga, yeah.
So Rory's your man? Rory's like your friend?
Yeah, Roy's my friend.
Okay.
He's
So,
I hang out with him.
Oh, well,
Hang out with my motherfuckers. Joe Budden's a nigga. Light skin, you seen he was on Love and Hip Hop too. He was on there with
Sin
the hair.
Santana, baby daddy.
The one that was
Oh, okay, I know who.
That's fucked up. That is fucked
That's how
up.
they going.
No,
That is
don't say
fucked
that. Don't say
up.
that. I know the motherfuckers I don't care for him. He could suck easy, like.
You don't like sin?
I don't care for him.
Don't nobody like her neither.
Why don't nobody
First of all,
like
I'm gonna tell
sin?
you why I don't like Sin Santana, and I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh, okay.
First of all, this Latino chick
Mhm.
was on there telling some niggas like me because I'm Latino and I'm exotic, as if in the conversation talking about black women, how black dudes choose her over that because she's exotic and she's something more special. And she said that and then backtracking like that ain't what I meant. That is what the fuck you meant because that's what you've been conditioned to believe. But you ain't got no problem birthing these black man's babies.
But this is the thing.
Horrible.
You exotic to somebody.
No,
To a nigga in Dubai, you exotic. You a black woman.
man.
He don't see people that look like you every day. You
You're
exotic.
right.
Trust me.
You're right.
At my job, they be
So
like,
is that why
wow,
they be shitting on them?
you a beautiful. Not even that.
But that's what she did.
I mean, well,
the statement
I mean,
was
if you-
really fucked up. And it's kind of just like, well, of course, because I'm Latina and I'm this and we're spicy. Black women are, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a shot to black women, whether she want to admit that or not. But that might just be a bias of her growing up. Whatever the fuck it is.
I'm gonna be
Either
the
way,
bad
I
guy.
ain't like it.
I'm gonna be the bad guy here.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Go ahead.
You can't get mad at a woman because she feel like these niggas fucking with me because I'm exotic, I'm different. Because in actuality, if you fucking with a nigga that's from Plymouth Road, he don't see motherfucking Hispanic bitches. You are exotic. You are different.
That doesn't make you better, is what I'm saying.
Or it could be a dark skinned girl
This
with
what people
coarse
gotta-
hair and look at you and feel a certain way because she'd be like, oh, she brown skinned.
Right.
Her hair look like that. My hair look like
But
that.
this what you gotta understand. And this what the biggest problem with women is, period, all races throughout the board. Me hyping myself up ain't got a motherfucking thing to do with your
She
body.
wasn't hyping herself
Hold
up though.
on, let me finish my
ahead.
statement. Me saying I'm exotic, these niggas like me. I could be right now. I'm like these niggas love me because I'm light skinned with long hair. Yeah, and niggas love you because you what you is. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm fucking who I'm fucking, and you fucking who I'm fucking.
Exactly.
But me
Just
saying
like,
that
it go
don't
back
make you less of me.
But that was
wait. It go back to this Joe Budden shit. You spend your money the way you spend your money. I'm gonna spend my money the way I spend my money.
And I understand that. Again,
So that means
and that's
everybody
fine.
mind their own
But that's
business
fine. I
because
don't have no problem
the
with
way
you
I
hyping
feel
yourself
about
up.
myself,
Right.
just like the whole racist thing when we was talking about.
Mm.
I feel a certain way than how you feel about certain things because I feel like I don't get the same treatment as dark skinned people. Not saying that I'm not black. Not saying that I've never been in those situations, but because I have been in a situation where it was a dark skinned person and they said some shit to them, and I'm standing right there, and I'm like, damn, am I invisible? Like, I got offended because they didn't say nothing to me, because I'm like, damn, who the fuck they think I am? Why the fuck you say smart, racist shit to them?
Right.
But I'm standing there, and it was, it was different.
Right.
So I never really experienced, like, racism. So it's like, when we talked about that, I can't tell you, like when I said, I'm not going to do no riot over somebody I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I go out there and put myself in a position to go to jail for somebody I don't know? Because will he do that for me?
Then you're supposed to do that
Right,
for the
and-
cause.
Oh, no, wait, that's
It's
a
about the
question.
cause.
Will he do that for
You're
me?
right. You're right. And you
So
can't
that's
ask
my
that.
opinion. So that was her opinion and statement. Now, the way she put it might have been wrong.
Right.
But you can't be mad at the way she feel because if that's how she feel,
Well, and no, but if men have hyped her up to feel like, you're this upper echelon or you're this exotic thing, that's fine. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, and this is the issue that I have with that, because there are men that do that because they fetishize that Latina woman or light-skinned woman, and it happens, and it is what it is. It happens, especially in black culture. I get that. The issue that I have is as a woman when you play into that and say, yeah, because I'm this is no, because if that's your sister, just like she lighter Latino, she got a darker skinned Latina sister. It might not be the same experience. So what I'm saying is, don't negate another person's experience because their color might be different from yours, and saying that I'm better or I'm of a higher class or I'm more desirable because of that one thing. Because in all actuality, we never get into that, but we all come from the same melting pot. But it was very much a shock to black women. And then she did come back and say, you know, I was wrong. The way I was trying to word this is this, but this is the way that I've grown up, and this is the way I was taught.
Okay, so
And that's where she fucked up. She should
That's
never
what she
apologize
shouldn't- right.
for what the fuck she said.
said.
Because she
you
said what she said.
and she meant it.
And
But she only
if
apologized
it was
because
a
of the
black woman,
backlash
but
of
let
what she got.
me tell you something.
That's why she
This is my
apologized.
problem. If it was a black dark skinned woman
Mark, let me
that was saying the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, nobody wouldn't be on black people. You offending the light skinned blacks. Nobody.
They say that though.
No, the fuck they do
Oh
not.
my God, I have
Never ever in life do they say
I
that.
don't believe it.
Somebody could sit, we could all sit at this table and everybody could joke, oh, you light bright, oh, your white sister, yo, this and that. Nobody would think nothing of it. But if I talked about either one of y'all colors, it would be a big deal. Don't get offended by shit that don't matter. That shit don't matter. That bitch thinks she bad. She's a bad bitch. She is exotic. She is bad as fuck. It's Latinos that ain't.
It is. It's a lot of them. There's a lot of ugly ones.
What's old boy Amina? Is that her name?
Peter Gunn's baby mama?
Yeah, the second one though.
Yeah.
What's her name?
She
ugly than a motherfucker.
Butterfly?
I don't know what that bitch mixed with. She exotic, but that bitch
I don't know.
is
I
ugly.
said she Brazilian.
That bitch is ugly as a bitch.
She Brazilian or some shit.
So it ain't got shit to
But
do
I
with
get
none of
that too because just like by my brothers and my mama, they was all brown skin. I was only light skin. You know, so
Well, she was only one month
so
us. It's just me and her.
No, that's
she's
but
the
no,
lighter
that's-
skinned
But
sister.
no, that's what I'm saying. So when she was saying that, I get what she's saying because I got that. Like people will ask me when they see my mama, they'd be like, "Oh, your daddy white," and I'd be looking like, "Damn, why my daddy gotta be white?" But since y'all want to play into this shit, let's see where this goes.
My own sister just said my grandma was white.
I thought.
She thought my grandma was white.
Hold
Hold
on. Wait. But this is her daddy mama. Okay,
No,
first of all,
no,
they
no.
say in Ohio, we used to go to Ohio. Her dad is was extremely light skinned. Don't get me wrong, I love him too, because to me that was her. What? Yeah. I don't give a fuck. That to me, for me, that was my daddy too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but what I knew of was that this was the impression my mother gave me was that her grandma was white. I'm like, her grandma white.
Because
She's
that's
super
what
white. Is she
the
white?
black community is normal to call
But
like
hold on, wait,
If
hold
you
on,
too
pause.
light, yeah.
But okay, that's my error though. I didn't know that. This is
Colorism
what I was told.
conversation.
But I ain't treated no different.
I've been out with my mama and a person have asked her. 'Cause
Is
like
that your
when I
mama?
was younger, I was about like your color. Then I got darker, like the years went by. And they asked, I overheard it, but I didn't understand it because I was young. But then I think about it now, like, damn, they really was trying to figure out what this black lady doing with this black child.
Yeah, but it goes
But I
into
used
this though.
to tell people like, Mom, me and Mama, we like the imitation of life.
I remember that movie.
That was my movie. So I used to be like, if you don't understand it, because I used to be tired of people asking me like, how you lighten your brother dark? Shit, I don't know. I didn't like at that time. I didn't even know it was like different daddies. Like I didn't know like your daddy was your daddy. I knew that, and my daddy was my daddy. But I didn't know how that shit went until I got older, and I didn't want to.
But see that's how you saying that you have that lighter skin experience on the other end, and that's what I'm saying. You cannot negate anybody's. I'm not negating her experience because I do agree. We grew up in a predominantly area where there was a lot of dark skinned girls, and they were very jealous of her coming up. So it used to be an attack on her, and I used to be like, "That's my sister. I don't give a fuck. Like, watch out."
Right. Like,
But then the thing is, but
that's how it was
but
with me
even-
in school, and it was like I went to school by myself. My
Right.
brothers was 10 and 11 years old.
I used to have to come get her
So
when I got out of school, and shit like that. But this
what
was
I
the
look
thing.
like getting out of school, telling my brothers that 6'9" and 6'4". These girls was picking on me. That's exactly what they would have did. Laugh. So it was like I had to have my own thick skin when I didn't have to. And it was like
I
it'd
ain't
be
laugh.
different
I told
if they
you.
was my age.
I
You know,
told you
or like
to
my
get
cousin.
your roast game up.
Like, okay, I got that, but then it was like the days I'm ready to, do the shit,
If you ain't
ready
gonna
to,
fight.
get my shit popping. They don't want to fuck with me
But
today.
even still, and what I'm saying is though, just like she has that experience, I had my own experience where it was, and even from our own mother. Well, because you say he's light skinned and she's pretty. Oh, bitch, what you trying to say, pretty motherfucker? Just because my skin a little darker. But I ran into that too. Like, oh, is that your sister? Because she used to be with me all the time. And people would be like, well, who is that? That's my sister. well, she light skinned, so.
I mean, people used to say that about us.
I
but
think a lot of people in the black community, the problem is they take the trauma from their own situation and
put it
create
on
that
somebody
in
else.
everything.
See, and that's the thing. But see, I will understand that with black people, like we put our problems and create it and put it on the next generation,
Right.
you know, and put that shit in their mind. We ain't putting no racist shit in their mind like the white people. Because certain shit that I be watching, it be like, you know, you can't watch this. But I be wanting to go back. Like I had watched the One Night in Miami. I had watched the Sam Cooke story. Like I've been watching all the old shit. Like I just be watching it because I be sitting there and I be like, I could not. God, and I be sitting there like, thank you for letting me come at the time I came because you knew I would have been gone and back again.
But I think we all.
I would have been first.
The things
Most
that we
definitely
see.
on that.
Yeah, the things that I think experience that we passed on, but I think also if you want to call it trauma per se,
Or it's just habit.
right? Or
too.
things that we see
You think
become
it's okay.
recognizable, and you just
like
wow.
when they was doing like when people was beating people, like when the guys was beating them, people was like, oh, it was okay. Like I had watched the Tina Turner story. Like if you watch it on Prime, it's different from what Love's got to do with. Like it's telling it more.
Yeah, it did.
And when I felt like her mama was telling her it's okay, you just gotta stop doing what you're doing. Yeah. And then that was the same thing with Michelle when she was getting beat. Her grandma was like, well change what you doing.
That's kind of
like,
that kind of was the thing back.
But that was the thing because when
Right.
me and my mama watched the Michelle story, she was like, "Oh yeah,
That shit
mama."
used to
She was like, "My home, it was a girl that we used
But
to hang
even
out with."
women
Her
like-
mama, hold on, she said her mama said all the girls around the table and said, "Well, if a man hit you, he bringing the money home. That's what he's supposed to do." And she said she ain't never seen that girl again.
Nah, that's the craziest shit.
And
I've
I
heard in
said,
my
but
life.
no, that's what they. That's
Yeah,
what
a lot of
that's
women
how it
back in the
was.
day that used to deal with that, and they didn't think it was nothing. And like, even you can even go far. You can go back to like, you didn't even gotta go that far back. So like people like our mamas and stuff like that can be like, oh, well, he hit me, but you know it was cool. No, nigga, I'm going to kill you. You're not gonna put your hands on me. It's a different time. We're in a different space. But all I'm saying is this: in terms of the whole light skin nursing thing, and it is hard because colorism does truly exist, and it is a problem. But I think I'm gonna big up any sis of mine. I don't give a fuck if you light, dark. You can be blacker than black. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's not a thing to me. But don't get me wrong though. I am the bitch if you say some shit out of pocket around me or some shit that's kind of like. Because I got friends that do not. I got friends that do shit like that. But I got friends that do shit like that. They'll be like, I got a friend, she dark as hell. And she will make a comment about people being brown skin, you're not black enough, your skin don't do like that. Okay.
No, like I had the
I don't give a fuck.
Mark, you remember that little African girl from Bakes that went to Bakes? It was a little African girl. She was my friend. Didn't nobody else want to be her friend, but we had one class together. And this was the class where we had to be with the under kids. Because at Bakes, you had, if you was in upper class, you had to do your electives, like helping the elementary and like, you know, the kindergartens or whatever. So that's how we got to. We was in the same thing. And she was like, I had a Lunchable. Like, okay, it was probably a nacho Lunchable or something where I ate some of it. I'm eating everything else because my lunches used to be bomb. Like mom used to. That is one thing I can say. I had all type of shit in my lunch. But my thing is, when I say
nacho Lunchables,
I threw some shit away, or I think I ate half of my fruit and threw it away, and she was just like, "Oh my god, you just so ungrateful." So she said it for about 3 days straight. I didn't know who the fuck she was talking to for 3 days straight because maybe you know, I felt like you African. Maybe you like the Muslim people. You go into your own little world, you get to praying because I didn't.
What the fuck?
I didn't have a Muslim.
How did you correlate? I just want to know.
Listen, it was a Muslim girl there, and she used to have to go in the back of the room, pull her little thing out, and she used to kiss the floor.
It's praying.
Okay, whatever. She looked like she was kissing the floor to me and just going back and forth, and I felt like that is very so she in the back of the room, but hey, that's not my problem. We in 5th grade, like that's. I just felt like if anybody else go do it, they gonna get in trouble. But y'all let her do it. Okay. Just because she wrapped up.
She had a job. Her job.
I don't know what the fuck that shit is. She was wrapped the fuck up.
Just that she wrapped up.
So the girl was mad, and I had like, you talking about me. Like, every time I go to the garbage can, at the same time, every day, we do this shit every day. It's Friday, bitch. Like, what's going on? She like, well, you throwing away your food. This bitch went in the garbage and picked out and I said, oh, she like, yeah, back in my country, we don't do this. We eat everything down. I said, well, in America,
I don't want that shit. I'm throwing that shit
my
out.
mama told me if I don't want it, I could throw it away. So would you like for me to call her? So you could tell her. So she like, well, I just feel like y'all Americans. And then I felt a little offended because you said y'all Americans, and it's like, that's another thing. I'm not African American. I wasn't born in Africa. I'm American, Black American. And on that little other box where it say the race, I will put on there Black American. Because neither one of my parents is from Africa. I don't give a fuck what you call my skin.
Right.
Neither one of them is for Africa. So I'm not African American.
Right.
We was born in America. So we should just be Americans. Regardless of what your race is or not. Because
I agree.
I feel like, what if I do this 23
You
inch?
like, you want to make America great, don't you know?
Yeah,
you
you
say
put on your
that.
Hold on. What
Hold
if I do the
on,
American?
listen to this.
The
real quick.
23
Listen to
inch.
this real
What's
quick.
your
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about a line in J. Cole's new album. Can we play that line?
I mean, so we're talking about how long, have you been clean as a man? And by clean, we mean faithful. You always hear me say I've been clean since October 2016. My wife hates when I say that, and I understand why, because it brings back the trauma of when I was doing dirt. But you heard Cole say he stopped creeping 6 years ago. And I don't think that women understand we wear that as a badge of honor. And the reason is because we are proud of ourselves for changing our ways. And it's becoming a thing amongst the men, I know at least, to discuss that amongst each other, how long we've been faithful, how long we've been clean. And I mean, I think it gives brothers incentive to want to be clean even longer. And I think the Cole line is reinforcing that same, rhetoric and thought process even more.
Yeah, I don't necessarily wear it as a badge of honor.
You should.
No, it's more of a badge of cowardness. Like I always look at it like I shouldn't have cheated at all. That's how I honestly feel.
But
so,
you did, though.
I know.
It is what it is.
But I hate to go back at it because it's a time in my life when I wish I didn't. Like, some people say, yeah, if I could change something, what would I change? I would change that because I wouldn't want to be a cheater in my relationship. I wouldn't want to be a cheater in the world. So for myself, I don't even wear it as a badge of honor. I don't even want to discuss it. Even the years, like I wish I could say I never did, but I do because I can't. I don't want to ever say it and bring that memory back up to my wife because it wasn't a positive time in my life. Kind of like, like me being together 20 years is positive. I'll talk about that all day long. Me having, 5 kids and 1 away is positive. So I'll talk about that all day long. But that,
yeah, but you can't heal what you don't reveal. And I mean, the reason people
I don't
even
reveal it to the world though. Is
but you have.
I know I have, but I don't have to keep bringing it back up as a reminder to my wife.
So if you and your wife were doing a podcast live and somebody stands up and somebody says, yo, Envy, I know that you did your dirt back in the day, you know what I'm saying, but me and my wife, we looked at you and your wife and how y'all got through your situation. You went through that, so you can share that story to help the next generation.
Right, and we shared it and we talk about it when we have those questions, but I don't on my own sit there and be like, you know what, I ain't do this in this amount of time. And,
just out of nowhere.
That's just me.
Like those things to nobody. And then at DJ, I ain't cheated.
Well, the reason we wear it as a badge of honor is the same way people talk about being clean off drugs or being clean off alcohol is the same thing. And women may not understand, but it's something that me as a man, I'm proud of. And when you say it, men look at you like, really? Yeah, bro, it's not that hard.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting because I've been with my boyfriend for over 5 years, almost 6 years, and I have never caught him cheating on me. Now, I'm not saying he did or whatever, but not that I know of. So, but
what can we talk about?
Let me just say this, and we can just talk about Let me do a 23 street, whatever the fuck that shit
23 and me.
Yeah, and they say my shit just from Detroit, Michigan. Like ain't nobody from nowhere. That's what I'm saying.
I want my money back.
You can't say that I'm African American. Like, I don't know. Let me.
I don't know neither. I have no clue, and I would love to know, but I have no fucking idea.
But he want to talk about.
But let's go back. Let's go into that
talk
shit.
About
Okay.
that.
Let's talk about it. If a person is cheated, okay, and you have now said, "Hey, I've seen the error of my ways. I'm gonna change." That's good. That's all cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Mm-hmm. And I do admit this: if you're gonna move on in a situation, whether some shit happened in the past or not, if you're gonna move forward, you gotta forgive it. That don't mean you gotta forget it, but you do have to forgive it. But don't throw up in my.
If you're gonna move forward.
But you can't keep
That's
going.
only if you're gonna move forward.
I feel like this. I kind of agree though. But I'm gonna tell y'all why I agree. I'm gonna tell y'all why. No, for real. Let me tell y'all. So, my baby daddy.
What do you agree with?
I agree that it should be worn like a badge of honor. Like, bro, I've been faithful. Like, I did this. Like, I'm loyal. Like, I ain't think about nobody else. Like, I'm doing this.
Now, okay, it'll be a difference if it's like, okay, say you feel like that, and she don't know you did that. Like, you still taking care of home. She not aware. Yeah, she not aware, and then her people or her friends not aware for them to tell her.
Right.
That's a difference. You wear that badge of honor because that means you did whatever the fuck you did in that time and got the fuck away with it without nobody catching you.
I think you can.
But you can't be out here sloppy and then be thinking, "Oh, I got a motherfucking badge of honor." Bitch, you not no police.
But see,
you not no
but
lieutenant, you not in the army.
But wait,
though,
but niggas, and then too though, niggas be like, okay, if I'm not fucking a bitch, that mean I ain't cheating. That is bullshit. That's bullshit. Just because you ain't fucking her, don't mean you ain't cheating. It's certain shit.
So what are the certain shits?
Okay, all right. Having inappropriate conversations with other bitches about shit that you would be discussing with me, that's cheating. You know what I'm saying? Going out, like if you tell me, hey, I'm about to go hang with my niggas and shit, and I'm about to go hang with this bitch, whether you have sexual activity with her or not, you fucking around. Because if I did, this is my thing, anything that you don't want your partner to do in terms of you would be considered cheating. That's my personal opinion. If y'all two go out, right? If you say, you know what I'm saying, I got this nigga that be texting me going through like that, right? And he get offended. I don't like that. That ain't cool. And he do that to you. It should be the same. It should be the same energy. It should be the same energy. There are certain things like, and I also feel like if you giving a bitch the end to think that she got a position here, you're cheating. You fucking around. You doing too much. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and I did that shit, you be sick. Don't do shit you don't want your partner to do. That is, to me, the equivalent of cheating. If you doing shit that you don't want me to do, nigga, you cheating. And for me, I'm the type of person simply like this. I'm that nigga that will see shit and I'll put it in my back pocket. I don't say shit. And what I do?
Put it in my back pocket.
What I do? Then I pull out them guns and I get the pow. You be like, damn, where she get that shit from? Motherfucker, I pay attention. I observe, because I make a case before. I ain't gonna jump to conclusions. I make a case first.
So you're pretty much like the FBI.
For sure. I'm doing my due diligence.
Pretty much.
I'm getting my work in. I'm knowing names. I'm knowing whereabouts. I'm knowing all that shit. And when I come to you, I have facts, and I know what I'm talking about. My thing is, don't bullshit me and lie to me, because I know the truth before I say it.
Because the FBI is not coming until they got a case.
Talking, it look like she in court.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I am. I'm a great debater. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good reason. But I just feel like
I wake up, teardrops, they fall down like rain. I put on that old song.
Her own girl was like, oh, you should leave. And I just feel like,
I wake up and teardrops, they fall down like rain. I put on that old song that we danced to, and then I head back to the... I
hate that nigga. And I feel you, and it's your decision. I'm not saying it can't be fixed, and you can't move past it. You can, if you choose to. But at the same time, what you're not gonna do, and one time is a mistake. If you keep doing it, it's a routine. Oh, yeah. Now that's the thing though, with that, and what you said.
Damn, I might leave but first I'm cheating back.
Right. So this is my thing.
Oh,
But this is
you
the
gotta
thing.
feel
But this is the
You gotta
thing.
feel this shit.
But this is
If I'm
the thing.
breaking up with you and fuck with another nigga, who gives a fuck? But
Right.
I'm gonna cheat on you and then fake leave you for the other nigga.
But this, I ain't gonna do all that. But I'm gonna tell you like
I
this.
am.
But if I'm gonna fuck
I'm
around
not
on you,
toxic
and this is the thing, this is a difference, and this is a difference. You'll never fucking know about it. So you can do all the shit you want to do. I keep my, if I'm gonna do my dirt, I'm gonna keep my shit quiet. You'll never fucking know until I'm ready for you to know.
Women are the
I'm just
best
saying.
cheaters.
See,
Listen,
hold on, wait, hold on,
listen.
calm
I'm
down.
keeping it real.
Nobody
Let's go to your
cheats
next subject.
better
Listen,
than
listen,
a woman.
listen,
Tell
because I
me.
gotta ride home with my boyfriend, okay?
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, I do, and we ain't talking about none of that.
Oh, y'all ain't got to. Turn the radio on.
We ain't gotta talk about it, but y'all, you
Put some
talking about
music
that.
on.
No, I'm just
Shit.
saying, my thing is, no, it's cool though. All I'm saying is this. Don't do to your partner what you don't want done to you. That's the respectful thing. When you doing shit outside of your relationship that you don't want me to do to you, be prepared for whatever happens.
Hey, look,
Prepare for the fallout.
I have a badge
You don't know
of
what it's
honor.
gonna be.
I have a badge of honor when it comes to cheating.
I feel like
You have a badge of honor. Say that again. Hold on, pause. Everybody stop. Say that one more time.
I have a badge of honor when it comes to cheating.
Okay.
I have not cheated since.
Look how everybody lean in.
I was about to say, look, lean
she
forward.
got it thick.
I was about to say, come on, girl, lean forward. You
I have
was
not
right.
cheated since
Ooh.
You on the-
January of 2000. What was that? 17?
I didn't know him then, so I didn't do it.
2017.
I didn't know him then.
Stupid.
That's all she
And that's a long time. I thought I was
Those
doing
are-
First of all, that
something.
nigga
So
lying.
who you did?
First of all, that nigga lying.
Huh?
Who you did cheat though? If you was
I've
with her
never,
at that
I've
time.
never cheated on her.
Well, I mean,
And
look at
that's
your
another,
sister. She like you lying.
and that's another badge. of
That look
honor.
like I don't care. That look like you telling me he lying.
And that's another
What
badge
does that
of
look
honor.
like? Hold on.
And that's another badge of honor.
What?
That somebody like myself
Mm-hmm.
has under my
Cause
belt
you was a dog.
that I can say that I have a woman that I never cheated on.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. We had whatever we had, but we did like when we said it was over, you did your thing. That's fine. You're single. You can do what you want to. You know what I'm saying? We had that discussion. That's not what you wanted at the time, and that's fine. You go do what you gotta do. That's cool. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. It's just all life. It happens. We were fortunate enough, in my opinion, to my knowledge, to come back together. What I don't know. But if I find out, all hell will break loose.
Say
Who that is?
No, but look, I'm gonna say this before I answer the phone with him. Like, on some real, I haven't cheated on my boyfriend that I'm with right now,
You
which is crazy, huh?
Cause you cheat on everybody.
What? I swear to God, it's
Man,
crazy.
cheat on him? That would be the first nigga I would cheat
I
on. But go ahead.
never
That's the first
cheated
thing
on
I
him.
cheated on.
But it's like, me and him argue, we get into it, but that's because, first of all, we both stubborn, we both take shit too far. Both of us, not just him. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, what the fuck do you cheat for? Other than sex. And I can have sex.
But don't people cheat? Some people cheat because they not getting, it ain't necessarily sex. They might not be in that companionship. Your girl could be like, or your nigga could be like, man, fuck you, that shit you talking about stupid as fuck. And then this one, and then other bitch should be like, oh my
Hey.
God, that's great.
A
that's
person that
awesome.
cheat on you because of lack
Some-
of affection,
listen.
not loyal. Nigga, leave me.
The reason
don't
why
cheat on
ghosts,
me,
the reason why ghosts cheat.
Don't
Don't
cheat
bring
on
up
me
ghosts.
over
We're not
no
talking about
cheating
power. That has
conversation.
nothing to do with this conversation.
Make
That's
it
nothing
does.
to do
It
with
has a
no,
lot to
that's
do with
no,
this
that's a
conversation.
fictional show. We're not
This
talking
bitch
about
had-
that.
But I'm
That's
saying,
not real
it's a
life.
good- it's a
That's
good-
not real
I
life.
had to do what I had
And
to
you can't
do.
justify
That's
that.
my you know,
So-
Oh, I can
My-
definitely
You can't
justify.
just hold on. Do you hear this
Don't
nigga?
make
I
that
could
a habit.
definitely
Like,
justify.
that's
Do
not
y'all hear this
smart.
nigga?
What?
He about to justify.
No,
He
did
said
you
it
hear
goes
us?
back to power. What you say?
I said we can't just be arguing over little petty ass shit.
Right.
You got to be saying like, oh babe, this bitch trying to give me like $3,000 to $5,000 tonight, and I'm trying to
Go ahead, get that money.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Oh, so that's okay.
Yeah.
But why is that okay?
Cause you bring home some money. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
So, but if he come home with no money,
We got a problem.
oh,
So you fucking for free. You not helping the house. If you can fuck around I'm gonna keep it 100. I am not a child. I am grown as fuck. If you gonna fuck around on me, if it ain't beneficial to the leveling up and up of our family, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You're wasting your time. Because if I'm gonna fuck around, it's gonna be for the level up of my fucking family.
Oh,
if my nigga,
if that was, not that I would do it,
no,
but I'm
not
just saying.
you. No, I was gonna say, Mark, you know, somebody ain't, you know, on your side of the family, people, which is your brother, more kin to you than me.
Yeah, brother.
You know,
I know what you're talking
his
about.
significant other at the time had another significant other that was sponsoring their life.
Oh, then you got something. And then
But no, he got it out playing cards with her. Yeah. We playing cards and
No, I just happened to have enough money to buy a fifth of Hennessy and she wanted to drink.
Wow.
Of course he didn't know that.
What? That was which one? Which one? First one? Second one? Second one? Damn. Well, you know,
I did that before with my baby daddy.
Yeah.
But that bitch didn't want to go to work. And then I was already... he didn't want to go to work, bro. I was so faithful to this nigga. And then I found out he had cheated on me when I was pregnant. All the cards was off the table at that point. I wasn't looking to cheat, but I was working. I built relationships with people, you know, doing a little shit, whatever. At the time, I mean, this nigga, we was working together. And we had to go out of town together or whatever. And we started dealing with each other.
Y'all didn't have to go out of town.
No. The work, it wasn't work. It was work. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit.
We had to go out of town.
Like I said, you didn't have to go out of town.
Okay, well, I went. I wanted to, definitely. I'm not going to say I didn't.
There we go.
I was just cheating on them. But then it was just beneficial at the same time. And I'm like, all right, this nigga ain't going to work.
I'm going down this hill by myself or with a bunch of motherfuckers.
Let's hear it.
Women are the best cheaters, man.
Never got caught.
Okay, women might be the best cheaters, but y'all niggas cheat the
Women
most.
are the
But men cheat the most, and y'all do it stupid.
It doesn't matter who
Get
cheats
smart
the
and take lessons. Learn. That shit is lame as hell.
Lessons.
I'm just saying, like, what sense did that make you saying women that shit? Y'all motherfuckers keep cheating. You just keep on doing the same stupid ass shit. You ain't learned. You better ask some questions, learn from some answers if that's what you want to do. I'm just saying, I'm speaking from person. I'm not a cheater. I don't do that. This is not in my DNA.
You did. You have.
Hold on. Whoa. I ain't cheating on nobody.
You have.
Calm down. Who I cheat on? Go ahead and spit it out.
Come on,
your kid's father.
What kid's father?
Both of them.
I ain't never cheat on neither one of them niggas. What you talking about?
And the hotel nigga.
I did not cheat on Yusuf. Yusuf was accusing me of cheating with his dumb ass.
He was right.
He was wrong.
Right. Because you was in her DM. He probably...
I didn't even know that nigga then.
Like him in her DM.
I didn't even know that nigga then.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
He probably was trying to get on.
Like,
I didn't know that nigga then.
Because she probably paid attention to his ass.
All right, before we get to the next topic, confession, I have a confession moment. Maybe like 4 years ago, I used to do shit like go to chicks' Facebook page and see that they in a relationship, and then I would like build a rapport with them, like some more regular, hi, how you doing type bullshit. And then like 3 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? And then like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm about to hold the shit out of you. Go ahead.
I know you are, because especially when I'm about to tell you. At like 3 o'clock in the morning on like a random Wednesday.
Just text them out the blue.
Just text them.
Fuck up their whole life.
Listen, just text them and send them a penis pic.
You ain't shit.
Just to keep spice.
You a dirty motherfucker.
Just to keep spice in their
You a shitty
relationship.
motherfucker. No, that's because you unhappy. Niggas do shit like that when they ain't happy. They miserable. So you want to make every other motherfucker miserable.
Like,
Niggas
bro,
fuck with toxic
but I really don't be cheating though. It just be some wild shit happening.
Nigga,
like,
you be saying type of shit. I swear to God, I don't believe it.
I swear to God on my daddy, and I'm not lying on my daddy. I've never cheated on Ice ever.
Well, he don't count. You should. That's the one you should have cheated on. Go ahead.
Why you
I
keep
only
saying
had
that?
2 boyfriends, nigga.
Why you
Like
keep
Ice is
saying
my
that?
baby daddy.
Don't do that, cause you know what it is. Stop talking to me.
But listen, so it was the summertime, right? So we was on the little party bus. We got off the party bus to go get some food. I forgot I didn't give this nigga the address to the Coney Island. So he pull up, I'm pouring liquor in all the niggas' mouth like, hey, but like, you feel me? But it's where the fuck was you at? That shit was so lit though.
Letting liquor get.
Okay, I was pouring liquor in.
They what is it called? A riding boat or some shit like that?
Yeah,
What the
what
fuck
type
that
of shit
nigga
is
say
that?
shit is?
Look, niggas
They ain't got shit to do
supposed
with me.
that.
I don't know why they was doing it, but they
Like
was.
open your mouth, bitches was pounding shit in your mouth. This sound like a little questionable.
Well, anyway, this nigga pulls up. He come right there in the middle of me pouring some liquor into my. Mm-hmm.
He had to kill you, wouldn't he?
He was so mad. But it's like, he feel like that night I was fucking with niggas. But it was like, no, I just got that kind of personality. Like, bro, I used to be a bartender, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember looking.
I'm that type of person. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I'll be out and some people be on the floor looking lit, and I go over there with them like, you know.
But
like,
see, no, but he just do toxic shit sometimes, which be fucked up. But he do toxic shit, or he'll tell me about like the toxic shit he used to do. Like I'm like, that shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. Who wakes up and chooses chaos like that? You do.
I've gotten away with a lot of shit. All right, here you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. I would like to introduce and present my little sister. She's going to start her new podcast. Y'all can hear the effect.
I wake up, the teardrops, they fall down like rain. I put on that old song that we dance to and then I head back to the track. It's not much to change.
I've been hurt and fucked up too.
I seen her in a pretty car. I seen
Peace, man.
Isn't that your name?
I know.
I'm done with y'all.
But as I was saying, my sister is going to start her podcast on the Podcast Coalition Network. London with the T will be coming very soon, very, very, very soon. I'm extremely
Make sure you tune in.
excited about this. This is something that's coming a long time coming. Give me a second. I got you.
She got tea right there.
Something that's been coming for a very long time. You know, I just made it up in my mind that we just gonna take this podcast shit over. Cause I've been waiting for you niggas to do something with this podcast game here in Detroit. And you niggas ain't making no noise. So it's time for the real to do what they're supposed to do. So, London with the T. How you doing, No Heart?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I can't complain. Ain't gonna do no good. Nobody want to hear no big ass nigga complain.
Exactly. So,
what is your podcast gonna be about? What is your podcast gonna be about? This is a 2-part question.
well, my podcast is about.
This is a 2-part. Can I ask you the 2-part question? What is your podcast gonna be about, and what demographic or age group are you trying to reach?
It's kind of for all age groups because I was gonna do like every Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So every other Thursday I was gonna do London with Tots. London with the T with Tots.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was gonna have my daughter go on there and tell about, the little generation, talk to her about stuff, about whatever she wants to talk about. So
I like that.
Yeah. Y'all should get like different videos y'all can watch together, and then you can talk to her about that video.
Reacting.
Yeah.
I mean, she make her own little videos, so that's all I'm saying. By the time I get her into it, like the first couple of episodes gonna be me by myself, but then I'm gonna introduce her on there. And
I can't wait
her
to
own little thing. And he might be in the audience. Cause I want a live audience. That's one thing about my podcast. I want like 2 or 3 people.
For sure.
in the background and then whoever I'm talking to. So it'd be a little different. Because everybody can have their own little platform and talk and say their own little thing.
Okay, well, I kind of want to do like a little segment thing. So this is the London with the T segment of the show. She has a topic that I'm going to introduce. So we have 3 ladies, 2 gentlemen in the building. And this question is more for the ladies than the gentlemen. Ladies, how do you feel about dating a bisexual male?
Not gonna happen.
Do you have that video that we were talking about? No heart.
It's a video?
Well, it kind of gives like kind of a context of where I get this from.
I don't know. I ain't
Oh shit.
It was kind of like a bisexual male taking digs at straight women.
Mm-mm.
Bisexual, pansexual males, right? Why is that?
Show her that. I've seen it. Show it to her.
What is it?
I just need the audio.
Women date bisexual, pansexual males, right? Why is that? Do you think I'm not masculine enough, or my sexuality is so right since I'm pretty, wide? Is it because I would beat you in a twerking battle?
That's what killed me. That was the twerking battle for me. That was all we needed there. Like,
Hold on, wait.
That's all I needed.
Wait. First of
when
all,
he said
why is that? First of all, it sounds like you're in competition with me, not like you're trying to date me. That doesn't.
That is 2 totally different
How does
things.
that correlate? Okay, so let me say this.
That was enough for me. When
Right,
he said that
so-
because first of all, I understand that like some guys will say that like if you are sexual, they might say, "Oh, I'm not gonna talk." Certain women might feel I'm not gonna be able to protect them. But you in that shit with a, or I could twerk better than you. Bitch.
That's competition, because what it sounds like to me is when he made that statement, you're trying to compete with me. Are you trying to date me or compete with me? And secondly, and I'm no shade to anybody who chooses to date or any woman who chooses to date a man that's bisexual, completely your preference. We not need to be chasing. I don't want to worry about you chasing no pussy and chasing no dick. I'm not doing that.
First of all, it's like even you straight. Even if you is cheating, if you not, that's one person I got to worry about 2 sex. Like I ain't got time for all that.
That's
you
too
might as
much.
well go about your motherfucking business.
And then for me, it's like, and this is just what I know to be true. And there's a lot of straight people who have never really dealt in that life and don't know a lot about that shit. A lot of guys that are saying, "Hey, I'm bisexual," essentially just have a hard time accepting the fact that they're gay.
Yeah.
And then eventually they come to that realization. But what you're saying to me is you have something or desire that you have that I cannot fulfill. And I'm not going to.
I was gonna say, you can. You
but
can.
I'm not going to.
So that leads me to my next question, ladies. If a man, your significant other, person that you've been intimate with, comes to you and say that he wants you to peg him,
I'm done.
Would you be able to do that?
I am done. No.
I need answers.
And I'm gonna give thorough transparency when I say this. No. And I'm gonna tell you why. I've never had a guy come to me and say that, but I had a time in my life where I dealt with women. And whereas I am still very feminine, I was in a situation where I was made to put into like a more masculine position. And so when that situation or conversation came about, it made me feel very uncomfortable. I was not safe in that space. I'm like, no, this is really taking it way too far. I think I made a mistake.
I pull back.
I don't know why I chose this route. I'm gonna go back this way. I'm not for it.
The
It's
grass
not of
is
interest
not
in
greener
me.
on the other side.
It definitely was not. It was oatmeal, and it
Oh.
sucked.
Oh, that's nasty.
And it sucked. So for me, it just wasn't for me. So for a man to tell me, "Hey, I want you to do this. This is something that pleases me." That's fine, but I can't do it.
Now, I feel like certain people, they body swollen. Like, say if you squeeze some butt cheeks or whatever, I feel like that's not a problem.
No, that's fine. I
feel like I do that because I might. Cause
I'm a
I
baby
feel
booty.
like don't do that to me. But the other shit, okay, I feel like okay, you want to do that? It's got to be like a special time.
Ain't no.
That's
special
how
time
I
when
feel
you get
like.
Peggy.
No, not that. I'm saying
Oh.
no. See, now I'm talking about something else. Never mind. I'm not talking about that. I'm definitely not talking about
I'm
that.
just saying, there's no special time in the world.
No,
for
I'm
that.
talking about the male on female that
okay.
role.
Okay.
That's a special time, his birthday, and that's like his birthday. That's it.
To
like,
peg him?
No,
that's what we talking
What
about.
are you doing?
No, we not. You know
That's what we talking about. What you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Cause see, you
I hope
talking
you ain't talking about
pegging
giving no
a guy.
fellatio.
That's what we're talking about. A
I'm
bisexual
not-
man
I
has
don't
a desire for that. Like, how would you handle it?
Yeah, what would you do if your significant
But I'm
other,
just saying the other way
hypothetically,
around. What
not
if
talking
your guy
about
wanna
you,
do that
my
to
G,
you?
but if he comes to you
Wanna
and
do
said,
what?
I want you to peg me,
Give
what are
me the
you
booty?
going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that brave.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's on
I mean, I've done it before.
No.
Just being honest, I've done it before. It was very painful. Not really for me. But, like, I don't think that
Anal is the
necessarily...
gateway to gay.
Okay, I'm not going to say that. I don't think that makes
I
a man
am.
gay. If he wants to do
I
that. Because
am.
that's exploring. I mean, I'm saying, if that's your woman,
I don't
that's your
think
wife, or
it
whatever,
I am.
you got to explore
Women
all of
have
her body.
two perfectly good holes that you can use. You can shoot that boo hole wherever the fuck you want to shoot it.
You're the same motherfucker we talking about to put my thumb in your butt.
That's because I just like fucking with you.
Don't
'cause
get
you
that
look.
shit away from me.
Look at my thumb and look at you.
That's trash. I can't believe you just said that.
I shouldn't have fucking
That
put
is
that Patron
very,
in my
that's
shit.
not good.
I got to drink some water.
But I feel like that's I don't know. I'm not for that. That's uncomfortable for me. Kudos to those who can do that. That's not for me. But the whole like bisexual man thing, like if that's what you choose, that's fine. I'm not into the fluidity. I'm not for that. That's just it doesn't work for me. And I'm okay with saying that.
Well, it damn sure don't.
I could probably like deal with or date a bisexual guy.
You're not gonna
but
take that nigga
I don't think
seriously.
I could. Nah, I couldn't be.
You're not gonna take that nigga seriously. I know you. You're not taking that man seriously. You have a hard time taking
And
him
you can't be
Why you
feminine.
can't take a
You
bisexual
can't be
male
feminine.
seriously?
Cause
It's
how
like
can I
that.
think you telling me that you also like men, but you want to telling me that you're trying to commit to me? I cannot take you seriously.
It's like this. It's like the nigga just go to the car with like 4 or 5 people in and be like, hey, I'll fuck everybody in this car.
Right.
No, that's not the same. How the fuck is that the same thing?
What?
He just pulling shit he seen from Dave Chappelle.
Nah, he just pulled some shit out his ass.
Where you going?
He started this fat ass way.
And you gotta go?
Well,
Ain't got to everybody.
I'm sorry.
be on the lookout for the London with the T podcast on the Podcast Coalition Network. Every Thursday, London, Tea with the Tots coming soon.
Be safe. Let us know when you made it.
So
Bye. Chat. All right.
I asked you this before, Damo.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you had an opportunity to do a podcast, what would you name it? You got a little libation in you, so then maybe that'll get the juices flowing. What would you name your podcast?
It would probably be something like Damo Speaks because like Damo speaks simply because like it's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how I feel about certain topics. Everybody's not gonna agree with what I say. Everybody's not gonna go along with what I say, and that's fine.
So, my vision for your podcast, because I do want you to be a part of the podcast coalition, because I do think you have a via Hoss Nation. Shout out good people over there, Hoss Nation. Some good people over there. I think you have a very introspective, intuitive POV.
Point of view, yeah.
And I think that
for those who don't know, point of view.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people will not only be surprised, they'll actually, I won't necessarily say follow you, because people, get upset and feel away when you say follow, but that's the gist of what I'm saying. So
yeah, I get it.
That's my vision. So what I would do is I would come up with like maybe 7 to 10 topics. We might not get to 10, but definitely 7 direct topics. Put a timer on it, maybe like 20 minutes. Maybe like 25 minutes. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And let you talk about it.
I mean, I'm saying I have a lot of opinions. My opinions, everybody doesn't agree with, and that's fine, but I just speak from my own experience, what I've seen, and facts that I gather. So I don't seem to be the most modern nor the most traditional. I think I fall somewhere in between. So a lot of times my take on things is different.
You kind of shock me sometimes because I have very dark humor. And for you to get my humor is very important to me.
I have a pretty dark humor too.
Because I love to laugh.
Yeah.
But the shit that I laugh at, some people might look at it like, oh my God, I can't believe you think something like that is funny. No, that shit is fucking hilarious. I don't care that he's autistic. That's just funny.
What's the thing? Like, I don't speak about it outright all the time, but, I have very left views on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So, and I understand it.
Can you go to that tweet you sent me?
What?
The one where they was rating.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. So, Big Snow, hey. We got, it was a message.
So, we're going to segue
about
into...
rating.
Hold on.
Okay.
We're going to... Excuse me. That's my indigestion showing up. It shows up every fucking podcast.
Put your drink in there.
We're going to transition into the last segment of the show where we're going to talk about the rating system. Now, shout out to good brother Dr. Umar Johnson and all the gunshots that y'all hear during the podcast. That is a substitute for hand claps. For whatever reason, Speaker took all of my fucking effects. So next podcast, which you guys will hear next in 2 weeks, I'll have all my effects and shit together. So, but shout out Dr. Umar, because Dr. Umar made a very keen point. So there was a back and forth between Kevin Samuels and Dr. Umar. And Dr. Umar really homed in on the fact that Kevin Samuels liked to use the Eurocentric rating scale when it comes to talking about women. And Dr. Umar Johnson was saying to women that you shouldn't listen to anything that this man says because he uses some shit that has nothing to do with you.
Very true.
So in other words, fuck this guy. So, in saying all of this, Damo the Great found a rating system that she sent to me earlier this week. I'm hoping that she finds it. If you go to our text, you text it to me.
I did. I'm trying to find it now.
And it was 5 categories. And we're going to have Big Snow rate the categories.
Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, so it's categories 1 through 5 of what you think is most important in terms of a mate, or somebody you fucking with, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so the first one is dick. Number 2 is money. Number 3.
But am I rating it right now?
Yeah, you're gonna rate it. You're gonna say like what's most important to you in terms of a mate, partner, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So first was dick. The second was money. The third is looks. The fourth, loyalty, and the fifth, personality. So, in which order is it important to you?
Loyalty, personality, money. No, loyalty, personality, dick, money.
And looks is last.
She's lying.
I don't date cute guys ever.
She doesn't. Wait, pause. She's not lying.
No, I'm not talking about looks.
No.
I'm talking about she has money at like 3 or 4.
Money under personality. Because the thing is, I didn't deal with dudes that had money and they was boring and I couldn't do it. It was like, bro, I can't be around you. You're so boring. Like, I'm a goofy person, so you gotta be goofy. You gotta like to play a lot.
She's
you
a
gotta
nigga
be
inside.
like, I can't do that boring, stuck up shit.
But you a nigga.
I can't do that.
You're a girl. But you're a nigga on the inside.
And loyalty gotta be number one. Because if I can't trust you, I just
So
no hope.
We talked about that, and so essentially, what
was your order?
Okay, my order was, I said for me it was loyalty, personality, and then I said loyalty, personality. What was it? Then dick, and I was like looks. For me, I mean money and then looks, because I'm gonna say why. I chose personality first because, I got a big personality. If you're boring and you're not funny and you're not smart, I'm uninterested automatically.
Right.
Loyalty is second for me because I'm a loyal person, and if you can't abide by that and I can't trust you, I don't want you around me, period. I said dick because, I had niggas I like that had little dicks. You got a little dick. I'm limited in my attention span.
Right.
That's fucked
And then I'm just telling the truth. I said money because honestly, you don't want nobody that's flat out broke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're trying, you're doing what you can do, I respect that. Any man that's doing what he can do, I respect that. Looks is okay because I done dated some ugly niggas. I done dated some real cute niggas. Hey, hush. I done dated some real cute niggas. You know what I'm saying? So it varies. That to me is lastly because that does not determine how a person is going to treat you or how that situation is going to play out.
Is it
what?
Is it safe to say that I'm probably the most attractive male you've dated in maybe the last 5 years? I wanted to say 10, but I'm gonna give you 5.
Okay. I'm sorry, ask me a question one more time.
Is it safe to say that I'm the most attractive male you've dated in the last 5 years?
I will say this.
The fuck is that? What is she coughing for?
I don't know. Yeah.
What is she coughing for?
I will say this.
We don't normally do this. Hold on. Before you say anything. Come here, young lady. We normally don't have children on the podcast, but this young lady here, we'll say non-adults. But this young lady here is having a coughing spell during COVID, so we want to make sure that she's okay. Are you okay?
Fine.
Do you have any qualms about anything that you just heard?
Oh, I want to listen to y'all, but that just I don't know. We just connected.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Hold on, before you say that, what connected?
You said attractive. Last 5 years, and you said male. So
yes. Last 5 years.
Okay.
that your mother has been around, I think I'm the most attractive one.
That's what you think.
Ow.
I mean, wait, in the last 5 years, how old is I'm 15, then.
Well, that's 5 years, so that would include.
What you got on
besides that would include a couple people. I will say this.
Is it including my father?
No, your father's not included. Not at all. Your brother's 7. Your father's not included. What I will say is this.
No, I left him out. I spared you.
Spare who? What you spare? What you say?
Dear.
Okay.
You can only be so professional.
I'm going to say this. I will say this.
Thank you.
I will say
you
this.
can say yeah. Last 5 years, you can say yeah.
I will say yes, and I will say you would be in that category.
But
I'm not gonna. This is what what I'm gonna say is this: like you are definitely someone who's treating me better than I've ever had. So I appreciate that. Like you have shown me a level of manhood that I have not seen before, and so I'm truly grateful for that.
Well, thank you, dear. I gotta play your song.
I wake up and teardrops, they fall down like rain. I put on that old song that we danced to, and then I head back.
So your sister thinks that she can tell that somebody is ugly with a mask on.
Look at this nigga out. This nigga got a whole scully with the eyes cut out and the mouth cut out. This nigga look like trash.
You don't know that.
I know that nigga look like trash. What's the name? What's the nigga name?
RMR.
RMR. Something that made some like from Oklahoma, made some rap songs, sound like country kind of.
All right.
First of all, he's trash.
So I finally found the post that I put up.
Okay.
So I said, fellas, arrange these in order of importance. Number 1, fat ass. Excuse me. Number 2, personality. Number 3, income. Number 4, looks. Number 5, loyalty. Now, my thing was, I want y'all to see where that number 3 falls. Number 3 is income. We got one gentleman, he says 2, 5, 3, 4, and 1. So that would be personality, loyalty, looks, fat ass, and income
is
last.
What's the other?
Hold on. We have another gentleman that said 2, 5, 4, 3, 1. That will be personality, looks, income. I'm sorry.
Just essentially, most niggas press income last, right?
Exactly.
Essentially.
Exactly.
Okay. So he's basically trying to say that women are more concerned with income than men are.
Yes, that's my debate. My debate is I think men care less about your accomplishments and about how much money you make, and they care more about how their children are going to look if they have a baby with you.
Unless you'll have a fat ass,
I worry about that
faces
too.
don't be looking like shit.
No, it's not necessarily a fat ass. Is my child going to be tall? Is my child going to be short? Is my child going to have coarse hair? Is my child going to have good hair?
Right. But they're not factoring in how
straight hair.
But they're not factoring in how they look. You know what I'm saying? They're worried about the woman.
Is my child going to be dark skinned? Is my child going to be light skinned?
Are they going to look like you?
That is some of the things.
And that's what I hate.
But that's some of the things.
Frustrating.
But that's some of the things that men hold
I understand,
near
but they hold the physical attributes of women. Okay, is she gonna be this? If I have a child with her, is she gonna be light skinned or she's gonna be dark skinned? But half the time, look at your lineage. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Look at your family. Look at where you come from. Look at your mom. Look at your dad. So because you have a child with a woman that's light skinned, she has these certain attributes, does not mean that your child is going to take on those attributes. That child might take on your attributes. Mm-hmm. And if you're built like your fucking mother, you know what I'm saying? And you look like a frog's ass.
Because I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate. It's a lot of niggas in Detroit that's built like their mamas. It's a lot of niggas in Detroit that be sitting in the titty bar with a bunch of drinks.
With a big ass stomach,
with
skinny as
with
fuck.
the biggest
What are you
stomach
eating,
and the
sir?
smallest legs.
Yeah.
It's like that's like you're not supposed to have that stomach.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why I do as many push-ups as I do. We were watching, I forget what we was watching some Detroit movie, and that nigga Murder was on there. And he was standing
The
out.
niggas that was in Plug Love?
Yeah.
The dark skin niggas in Plug Love? The main character? He was in there. That nigga had a whole big ass. He was like, nah, I'm crazy.
He was standing outside with the rock hard stomach.
Like he was saying.
And I'm like, how do you get your stomach that hard?
I hate them kind of niggas. Where did you come from? Put that shit away. I don't want to see that. And this and you know what? And what's crazy about that
Close the
scenario
door.
that you bring up? What's really wild about that is they think that that's cool, but then they require so much from the women that they want. Oh, you gotta be slim. You can't have no fupa. You got to be big booty, long hair. You gotta. What the fuck do you look like, nigga? Why you worried about her genetics? We worried about your fucking genetics. Your fucked up ass heart. Your fucked up ass skin. Your fucked up ass built body. But you worried about what the fuck I look like.
Right. You, your mama, and all your sisters shape alike.
The fuck? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's what I don't like. It's a double standard. Women gotta be this asymmetric, perfect body and shit like that. But you up here looking like a bag of fucking potatoes. Nigga, fuck you. How you sound? Kick rocks. The fuck?
You said that nigga built like a bag of potatoes?
Bag of potatoes. That then spilled the fuck over. You got the nerve to worry about what the fuck my body built like, nigga.
I promise you, man.
And what's crazy is a lot of times when you have children by a man, he takes on a lot of the features and shit of the baby, takes on a lot of features and shit of the fucking father. So it's like, motherfucker, you worry about me, worry about you. Get all that congestive heart failure and the fucking diabetes running through your fucking timeline. Get the fuck out of here. Worry about your shit. Get your shit in order. If you want to get a quality man, what you call a quality woman, people just kill me with that shit. They have so many expectations, but don't have shit to bring to the fucking table. You doing too much. You doing too much. Absolutely.
That table a motherfucker too, man. Y'all killing me with this table shit, man. What y'all bring to the table. Some of you motherfuckers be talking about I am the table. Like, this whole situation about, like, going 50-50 on the bills and certain, like, I wish, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was raised in a very old school fashion, so I wish I made enough money to where you didn't have to work. I wish I did. I really, really wish I did. I wish I made enough money to where I was the only person that had to go to work. And I think my life is shifting in that manner. So I guess right now I feel a way when people talk shit about, splitting shit 50-50. Because, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Can you pass me that tray? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. If you can find somebody that, first off, really what it is, let me backtrack. What it is a lot of you motherfuckers are in relationships with people that you do not like.
That you need.
And you don't like them, but you need them. And you have put up this facade for so many years to the point where now both of you motherfuckers have assets. If not assets, you have children. So you can't just up and leave because of the assets or said children. So I have to put that into play. I have to think about that when I'm getting in my feelings about, certain shit.
I think different relationships gonna have different situations. Like my last relationship, I feel like we went back and forth. It'll be 2 years when he was taking care of everything and I really didn't have it like that. Then it'll be a year of us going 50-50 and then another year of me taking care of everything. Like it was just whatever our life situation was at that point. I think that going half on the bill situation applied to these niggas that's out here selling drugs and these niggas that's out here making this fast money where they're making the rent times for in a week. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a problem to just go down.
Those are the ones that people talking about because it's like don't be having this man in your life and he benefiting off you and you not benefiting in any kind of way when he has the benefits of everything. You know what I'm saying? But I done seen people in situations where the guy is fully capable of helping and he don't help.
Yeah, that's irritating. That's irritating. That is definitely what I think a major problem tends to be. Where you have the ability to go, well, okay, this is not mine. I'm not going to do that. But if we're in this together and we're building together, it should be a collective. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be well, you got it because you can do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got it like that, so I'm going to hold it. No, motherfucker. You have to be responsible. More. You have to be a responsible party in this. Period. That's just what it's got to be. If you have a problem with that, you got to move on. I don't necessarily have a problem. Like when you get, and this is the thing, people talk about longevity and long relationships. The person that you're with, your significant other, is supposed to be your helpmate. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's just all financial, whether it's partially financial, or whatever, you're supposed to be helpmates. I would love to have a situation where I wouldn't have to work and I could be at home and I could be more what I would call domesticated in that manner. I would love that.
I would.
Things don't always permit it. I mean, I want to have my own money, but at the same time, to have that security is an awesome thing. But I mean, if it doesn't permit that, then we got to do what we got to do. And but like you said before, the people that are able to,
you're just not gonna hold. You're not gonna hold that against that man.
Right? I'm not gonna hold it against him. Like, oh, because you can't be the sole provider. I got a problem with you. You know what I'm saying? And it could be taking the time to get there.
But how y'all feel about this? In instances, and I have a few friends that's in this situation, but in instances where you working full time, he working full time, but you the only full time parent. You taking care of everything with the kids, not just one kid, 4 or 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? You taking care of everything with the kids. You working full time.
Those are their kids.
Okay. You trying to go to school, and then the house is a mess, and at that point, is it like if I gotta take care of all of these things? Maybe it shouldn't be a half. Maybe it should be an 80-20. Maybe you should pay the bills and I hit the utilities and the toiletries. And because a lot of times what guys don't realize is, we might be going half on this rent, but you're not realizing all the extra things I'm bringing in, like the food and the toiletries and how I'm paying the little dude across the street to mow the lawn and how I'm doing this little stuff and that little stuff. And that shit add up to about whatever the fuck your half probably was.
It adds up to a lot. And I think, like I said, those things need to be delegated. And it has to be a conversation. Listen, this is shit that needs to be taken care of. Either we both do it or you do it. How are we doing this? But it's got to get taken care of. And I don't think if you're going to do that kind of situation, it shouldn't be more on a burden of one person than on the other. So if we got kids that we got to take care of and we have to interact with and do things with, on top of not just rent but other bills and household maintenance, You gotta participate.
I'm
It's
sorry,
gotta
Big
be-
Snow, but that what you just said right there was just asinine to me.
Why is it?
Because if I'm in the house with this woman and these obviously are her kids.
No, I said y'all kids.
Oh, these are y'all kids.
Yeah, y'all kids. It's their kids. Like,
Oh no. There's like I said, that's asinine to me. That. So I put it to you like this.
I don't know when he get his theatrical bag and he wants to like use a big word. That's but go ahead.
So I put it to you like this. There's two things that this woman doesn't touch. She's not touched garbage or laundry since I met her.
Very true.
She has not touched a bag of garbage, and she has not washed her own clothes since I met her. I take that as my responsibility to me and her faction or whatever the fuck you want to call it. If she comes to me and says, I need this, that, and the third, there's no question I'm gonna take care of it. Whatever I need to take, whatever she needs, I'm gonna make sure that she has it. Whatever they need, I'm gonna make sure that they have it. There was a time where the little one wanted to get her hair done and she couldn't because, you know, mom had overspent. So I said, how much was it? It wasn't nothing but like, I think it was like, what, $50?
$60.
Yeah, it was like, man, maybe $65. All right, go get the baby hair done. Like, if that's what she want to do, I'm not gonna let them suffer because, you know, maybe somebody was supposed to do it and didn't. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So that shit's asinine to me. You can't live in the house with the person that you made a child with and expect them to do every fucking thing with your child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense.
It's not cool. I don't know.
I'm in that situation, and it's not a good situation.
It makes no fucking sense.
And that's not fair. And it's not fair because the child suffers.
And you know, one thing that I do appreciate about my relationship that I'm in is I don't pay bills. But for example, this past little week or whatever, he was fucked up. He didn't have it. I ain't been paying bills. So guess what? I got the money to give you. Also, I got the money to take care of everything we need. So I feel like if somebody is, and I feel like these posts and all these tweets and all that shit is not reflecting this, but if somebody is paying all the bills, somebody need to be saving all the money. Yeah. It ain't no free for all. I'm about to live my life off your bills, off you paying my bills. Somebody need to be saving some money, and if you paying all the bills,
I should be able to have
some
somebody
money
put
to
up.
this bitch, and this bitch ain't got it to give.
Why?
What are you
doing? What are you doing, ma'am?
Spending $125 on lashes.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, no.
You know them mink bitches $125 install.
She know that she doing.
Well, we need them to keep buying lashes. That's for sure. Keep getting them $125 lashes. But
I fucking hate lashes.
Yeah.
I understand it's your business and all, but I have my qualms with lashes.
yeah, I gotta look natural. You can't even tell I got lashes on right now.
Well, I don't know.
I see that one.
So no, I ain't got nothing. I was just gonna see if he was gonna say he ain't like them.
I see that one right there.
No, I was gonna say I haven't looked you in your face to see if you had lashes.
But it was like, see, I don't like them fake lashes. I'm like, see, you don't even know. No, but yeah, that's the hard pickle. That's the play-by-play type of situation. But it do suck that guys get that pressure, or even women get the pressure from being the ideal, perfect mom. And you know how many times I done had somebody shame me, like, you're going out of town without your daughter? Hell motherfucking yeah. Bye. See you on the next trip, because this one ain't for you. But
I went one time. I had never taken a trip by myself. I went by myself last year, and it was a thing. Like, oh yeah, fuck you. Okay, I've been doing this Miami for I don't know how fucking long. I decided to take a few days for myself. Y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all can kiss my ass.
My daughter is finally at the age where I even want to go out of town with her. Like, before it was like she's sleepy after 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm carrying her through the park, and like it wasn't really that fun. Now she at the age, for the past 2 years, she been the age where she can hang and we can have fun, and she not crying and hungry every 3 seconds.
First of all, you gotta get me to be out for more than an hour. Cause I feel like, hey, I want to go back home. Fuck all that.
I'm
just saying.
We going to Disney World and shit though.
Yeah.
We be in one line for one ride. And then she like, I'm tired. Like, bro.
Right, I want to go home. Nigga, I did enough.
We sitting on the bench. She falling asleep on the bench. I'm like, bro.
Where the room at? Give me something to drink and let me chill out. Matter of fact, I am hungry. Sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I mean, you know, that should be crazy. That shit is crazy.
It's that.
Just pay the bills. We need to have just pay it.
It's that double standard type of thing because it's women that can't pay their bills.
It's true.
Without a man.
He paid for this and that. I don't know what I'd do without him. Well, bitch, you got a problem.
But nobody like look at them like that. I mean, some people do. You know what I'm saying?
I be like,
but as a whole society, that's acceptable. Like, oh, she don't do nothing. She just the nigga pay her bills.
She just popped that pussy. That nigga pay all them bills. Yeah, what kind of pussy you get?
That pussy.
I didn't say all that. I don't know. Really.
I said it. I'm gonna say it for those who don't want to.
Well, technically, people that's doing that is working.
Well, technically, yeah.
It's more work than I ever do at my job. I'll tell you that.
I don't think you even fucking work at your job. Because all I see you on fucking Facebook, I'm like, this nigga don't do no damn work. People need that medication. What is you sending that shit up here?
I do this right here, and sometimes I walk meds up.
Man, I'm looking at all this delicious food and I'm hungry.
I love food.
I know you do.
I wanna. Ooh.
I want to turn this bitch to a food podcast.
I really want to try that place that I seen today.
Where did you see?
Me and Lauren was about to go. It's called Fish Bones, but it's not the regular Fish Bones.
Fish Bones actually good though. That should be kind of good.
But it's not
Never
like
had fish bones.
It's not like the one downtown though.
No.
You feel me? It's like in Southfield. So I think it's like a bootleg Fish Bones, but look it up. It's called Fish Bones.
Fish Bones in Southfield?
Yeah, it's another word.
On Northwestern Highway?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Let me see. Cajun and Creole cuisine.
No, wait, I don't think that's it. Let me see. What's the name of it?
Fish Bones, motherfucker.
Alright, so before we get out of here.
It say Fish Bones. Real talk.
Damo, do you want to talk about the myth of what's understood doesn't have to be said?
Yes, really quickly. That saying was understood ain't gotta be explained. No, motherfucker, you gotta work that. I need the words. I don't subscribe to that. That whole
So
you gotta
actions-
understand it so you ain't gotta say it. No, you need
Actions
to say
is not enough.
That's usually step one in brainwash.
No.
Niggaology brainwash.
Yeah.
Actions
That's all, right, exactly. That's that brainwash shit. What's understood ain't gotta be said. No,
So
yes it does. I
so
need you to make it
actions
plain
is
and
not
clear.
enough?
Actions are cool, but I need you to make it plain. I need you to say it. Because actions can be misinterpreted.
The funny thing is, that
What you mean?
conversation.
Actions can be misinterpreted.
Your action, you can do anything. They're like, well, don't I show you? No, nigga, I need the words. That's like you saying, I'm doing this and a third. Don't that show you I love you? No, I want to hear it out your mouth. I see that. I see your action, but I want to hear it. I need the words.
That conversation usually comes up when there is a need for clarity.
Right.
So clearly the action's not good enough, because if it was, I wouldn't be coming to you.
Right, and I need clarity. And I'm always going to need clarity. I'm going to ask for what I want. I need be clear.
So that might be your love
Specify. Yeah, I need you to speak it. I need to hear. I need what is it called? Affirmations, I assume. So affirmations. I have a lot of love languages though. So mine is like touch, you know, what is it? Affirmations. What's the other one where you give me stuff?
Presents.
Giving.
Not presents or just like gifts or stuff like that. That those are my love languages. Well, physical touch too. Damn, I'm all over the place.
I think mine's affirmation.
Mine's affirmation, physical touch, and what is it? Needs of service or benefits of service or something like that. Either way, all of that.
Service.
Acts of service. All of that. But the words are just as important because you can do a lot of things and I think we've had this discussion before where it was a time where you were like doing what you would call boyfriend things, you know what I'm saying? But we weren't at that point till you like, oh, I'm doing this and that and third. Well, but you know, we're not that. Okay, so you're confusing. What the fuck are you doing? So speak it to me. I hear you. You're doing this, but you're saying something else. Your words are not aligning with your actions. Make it make sense.
It's time. She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, T-Pain was on Twitter and he told his followers the producers are the ones that deserve all the clout because y'all really don't be liking these songs. Y'all really just like the beats. When you hear a certain producer's tagged, you don't give a F who's on it because you know you're going to like the beat. Give them they flowers. Notice I said y'all don't be liking these songs. Y'all know what effing songs I'm talking about. If I was talking about any other era, I would have said those songs. We on the same page, but y'all ain't reading between. Feel me?
Yeah, I'm not reading between because I need more context. Because since when don't producers get the credit they deserve? There's not a fantastic producer we don't know about, even in this era.
And I like the songs. I just don't like the beat. I like the song usually makes the beat sometimes.
Well,
to me.
I agree with him
It
on
goes
that.
both ways.
Yeah, I agree with him on
It
that.
can go either way. Sometimes you like the beat more than the song. Sometimes you like the song and you be like the beat could have been better.
True.
It just depends. Sometimes both hit together. It's a case by case basis.
Yeah, I think it's mostly about the beat and the hook for me.
The hook.
Yeah, it's the beat and the hook.
But I will say if the beat is whack, the song usually isn't that great.
Yeah, I just need more
It's
context
rare.
about what he's talking about though. So, because I know it's a lot of producers I like right now. Salute to my guy Jetson made it.
But listen, I'm never mad at giving producers their credit.
Nah, never.
All right, now Wendy Williams and her man have already called it quits. And if you guys recall, she was doing this whole challenge. Yeah, remember she did this whole challenge and we talked about it up here where she was looking for a boyfriend and then she set up with this guy, Mike Esterman. And
the older white guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it looks like they already have broken up. Now, he told Page 6 she deserves to be with someone who may have more time. And according to reports, they have drifted apart. Well, one person who was commenting on this, NBA Youngboy's mother, you know, Wendy Williams has spoken about NBA Youngboy getting locked up, said some negative things about him. Well, here is his mom responding to this news.
Wendy. Girl, you should have knew that wasn't going to last. You knew that man couldn't keep you around, bringing his property value down. She's 75 years old, running around here telling everybody's business but her own business. She knew that wasn't going to last.
So some people are happy, I guess, when, you know, things like that happen. Man, y'all think Wendy Williams, like, I was looking at everything that her and Jocelyn went through, and then people were going at Jocelyn for her on her reality show. Simon was married to Fallon.
Back what you put out, which is usually the case.
Oh, that Portia.
All right, well, let's talk about Portia and the Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's a lot of drama going on with this. Now, apparently, Portia is happily in love with Simon. Now, Simon was married to Fallon, who was introduced to Real Housewives of Atlanta as a friend of Portia, right? And rumors are that Fallon is going to have a peach for this new season. And here is Portia talking about now being in a relationship.
Now the fans want to know, honey, what's up?
I will say this. I am happy. I am in love with my new love, and I'm excited about it. God is good. You know, my family is amazing. They support me, and I will dish on it a little bit later.
So wait a minute. So Portia's friend, she
Right.
just married Portia's friend's ex-husband?
Yeah, she's engaged, not married.
That's
She's
bullshit.
engaged to Simon. Simon was married to Fallon. They ended up filing for divorce. They got divorced
That's weird.
earlier this year. And, okay, so just to reiterate their relationship, here is Fallon talking about how she actually met Portia.
You came on as a friend of Portia's. So, what was y'all history?
It was more so through Dennis and Simon. They knew each other. They were in the same industry. And at some point in time, Portia got to meet. And
that's what you was talking
really
about.
Sweet. She's always been very real and genuine.
Man, what is going on here? Sound like y'all talking about cryptocurrency. I'm so lost. What is happening?
Now, Simon posted on social media, "I'd like to seize this opportunity to thank every well-wisher of Portia and I, whether via phone, text, or DM. You affirm my belief that finding love is possible for everyone who genuinely seeks one. Getting married again was never a question in my mind, but when did not expect to be blessed with a mate so soon. The interesting thing about life is that it is an individual journey. Portia and I, with the support of our loved ones, have chosen to travel together as one and spread love and positivity to our community." Now, Portia posted, "Our relationship began a month ago. Yes, we are crazy in love. I know it's fast, but we are living life each day to its fullest. I choose happiness every morning and every night." Yes, Charlamagne.
I have my hand raised because I have a question.
Yes, Leonard.
Who the hell is Simon? I don't know what the hell y'all
I
are
just
talking
told
about.
you that.
Who are these people?
All right, listen, you know Portia,
Of
right?
course I know Portia.
You know Portia. Portia got a girl that's her homegirl that she brought on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You got that?
Okay.
That girl was married, right?
Okay.
Right? They all cool. Everything is good. They get a divorce.
Okay.
Now Portia marries the ex-husband.
Well,
about to marry the ex-husband.
They're engaged. Now,
Gotcha.
Portia said, "I get the optics, but Simon filed for divorce from a previous marriage in January. Had nothing to do with their divorce filing. That's between the two of them." Okay, she said, "Fallon and I are not friends, and Simon's divorce has been settled. Our relationship is a positive, loving step forward in everyone's lives."
All I know is, are the cameras rolling?
Yes.
Okay.
So, can a woman twerk in your pool and then tell everybody y'all not friends?
Nope.
Fuck no, you
I'll
don't.
say this. So, like, my cousin, Ja, she got a lot of good female friends, you know what I'm saying? And they'll be around me, but we not really necessarily friends. And even, like, my boyfriend, all his friends got girlfriends. So, I be around his girlfriends, and they might come around me, but they're not really my friends. You know what I'm saying? And if one of them ended up with him, I wouldn't have really been surprised. It would be like, you know what I'm saying? I think it would be grimy that y'all even let us collab if y'all was on that, but more so on his part than her part. 'Cause I don't know her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think, like, the way that shit played out, she was saying in the show, like, that's my homegirl, and she talking around with that shit, like, oh, she not my friend. Like, she needs some whole like shit, but either way, they just show you, like, you don't know who the fuck what people's intentions are. Everybody ain't trustworthy.
You gotta watch who you call your friend, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what you own. That's the tip you own, and you was using me as an end to get closer to him or whatever the case was. Because I don't see how a month you engaged and now you pregnant. They were saying she was taking pictures to the side because she's pregnant. And she's about 3 to 4 months. So that means beforehand, before all that month or so you claiming y'all got together, y'all was already fucking around. So you was on some sweet shit anyway. Don't
What
come
was
around
they
with
doing?
that. Huh?
What was they doing?
Fucking.
That's
They
all
had
you
been.
say.
You 3 months pregnant. You talking about y'all only a month long? That nigga just got.
You think everybody
Fuck out of here. You just talking about y'all. Bless you. We filed for divorce at the end of January. 2 days before you said that shit, you was talking about how much you love your wife. Which is it? I don't trust Africans no way, but anyways.
Yeah, African.
Yeah, he African.
Where you from?
I don't know. I have somewhere in Africa. I don't fucking know. I didn't get that far into it.
All right, go get in the bed.
But I just feel like it was some dog ass shit. I don't know. Just show you can't trust nobody. You can't trust these people. Just Hollywood people get your ass out here.
All right, folks, we're going to end the podcast with that. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I appreciate y'all.
No problem. That's what it is.
We gonna end the podcast with a little 2 Chainz.
Dang.
I told you we ain't finna do nothing.
Do what? We ran out of gas.
So what are we gonna do now?
I'm just tired of you thinking I always want something.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't believe you really ran out of gas. Can you forgive me?
I guess I'm gonna forgive you this time, but I'm not gonna be going for this every time with you. I'm serious. You know what I mean? Seriously,
What's free about it? I thought about it. Listen, should I talk about freebasing or something? And people said, well, no, because then people was like, no, I got to talk about what happened to me. See where we're from, it's all or nothing. We came to take chances, like there's nothing. We came to nothing but nothing. Freebase on top of the other, get money, my type of discussion. You're doing this shit for free, and nigga like me gon' be hustling. Freebase.
Me and my niggas, we came from nothing, so they came like it's nothing. Told you from the introduction, I came from the pain and suffering. Wow. 2 pit bulls and a Tech 9. Tech 9 used to jam for me all the time. So they guard if you come up in my mama yard. I'ma shoot that motherfucker till it get tired. Big Duke truck got 6 tires. Big tires from the rhyme mixtape. And I keep shitting on the competition. I'm about to put out me a shit tape. Guess we ain't playing by no rules. I'm not a freestyle on Pro Tools. Tell Flesh come to the A-Wheel car, check them out. One of them raglan old school. I don't respect my elders. These right here makes it more jealous. I cannot get no earrings. It'll make my Rolex jealous. I've been a felon since 15. My expedition had a big screen. Half of you niggas was constipated. Half of you niggas was shit deep. Someone all with his own shit. Fuck y'all, I buy my own shit. Fuck y'all, I buy my own wheel. Fuck y'all, I buy my own brick. Tell them pussy niggas ain't take shit. Better let the cat loose. I done did a song with everybody from the vein and free down the path.